How? What are we doing? Is someone going to ask me questions? Or am I just supposed to do my one-man show?
One-man show.
No, you don't want to see my one-man show. It's not very good. Hi, Kim.
First, I'd like to say, without any spoilers for people who haven't seen the finale, when you cast the role of Quinn, it is not your idol when the casting person needs to would you talk about the Fosters a little and what you see for the characters? And
Sure. So for those of you who don't know, my writing partner and I created a TV show called The Fosters. Thank you. I hope you're watching, even if you're downloading it illegally. I hope you're watching. And it's been on the air in the States for a year now, for a full season now. And it's just been such a joy. It's a story of two moms, a lesbian couple, who are raising 5 teenagers. One biological, who one of the moms had with her ex-husband, a pair of adopted twins who are Latino, and then in the pilot they end up with 2 more foster kids. And it's the story of this beautiful, complicated 21st century multicultural family. And I'm super proud of it. I love the show. It's kind of just really a good old-fashioned soap opera at heart. But everybody's always kind of, finding their way into trouble and haunted by, birth parents and bad decisions they've made in the past and things like that. But we're having a blast doing it. I don't want to spoil anything. I don't know how to answer your question. I can't tell you anything. All I'll say is it was a very bumpy ride through season 1. Season 2, some things in the finale, a bunch of things come into light, right? So that's the beginning of solving some problems, healing some old wounds, and maybe for a little while there's a patch of smoother sailing. Does that make sense? So that's that. But the Fosters has been such a joy and such a privilege, and to get to touch one show, Queer as Folk, that meant something to so many people, and then to be a part of another one, I'm the luckiest man alive. So it's been pretty great. Who's next? More questions? So wait, wait. You have to go on microphone like this. I don't know. I don't know anything. Hi.
I was wondering about the time you set on Bones and like what made you keen on working on that show, and did you share your experience with Scott who's also on the show?
Scott and I worked on the show like a week apart. We literally shot episodes back to back. He did call me and go, I want to be on Bones next week. And I was like, it's a great set. But it wasn't like I was like, oh, I want to be on Bones. They called and said, come in, do you want to be on Bones? And I said, sure, I'll be on Bones. So it wasn't, I'm not a Bones watcher. But it turns out that, what's the name of the lead actress? Emily Deschanel, yes. She went to acting school where I went to acting school. We studied at the same place, so we had a lot in common, and we got on like a house on fire. He, on the other hand, is a little bit of a dick. But, yeah, Angel, not so much. Not a fan. Don't tell anybody I said that, but it's true. But I had a great time. I had a good experience, and I love that Scott's back on there. I love that he plays a Canadian, which is totally him making fun of everybody he works with on Queer as Folk. It was a good time. Thanks for asking.
Hi.
Hi.
I was just wondering if you prefer writing or acting, or if you had to choose one.
I had to choose one. To be perfectly honest, I'm probably happiest when I'm directing, which is not a choice that you gave me in that question, but I'm going to say it anyway. And running a TV show is a little bit, there's a lot of writing involved, but there's also a lot of producerial and directing type decisions that are being made. I'm honestly happier doing the job I'm doing now than I was being an actor. the only thing I miss about acting is the moments between action and cut. Everything else about being an actor sucks. The actual work, actual moments, you're on set, you're connected with another human being, you're trying to create something meaningful, that is really special. But so much of that job is begging for work and waiting for the phone to ring and sitting in a trailer and feeling shitty about the way you look. It's for me at least. That's what that experience was. I decided I wanted to be an actor when I was 6, and I think that was because I didn't know there were jobs like writing and directing. You know what I mean? I didn't know those jobs existed. I didn't have those words to put to things. So, and people always told me, like, you don't want to be an actor, and the more they told me that, the more I was determined to do it. So thank God Periscope came along and allowed me to have the success I had been seeking, and then kind of let go of it and shift gears a little bit.
Thank you.
Yes.
I just forgot my question.
Oh dear. The wheels are coming off already.
I didn't get much sleep last night. But
Whose fault is that? I went home and went to bed.
my roommates.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
But you were saying that that you prefer directly now.
Mm-hmm.
So how like changing the size from the camera?
You know, when we were doing Periscope, if you asked Dan and Ron, or Sheila Hawkins, who was our producer, you know, who was the most kind of nosy behind the scenes, that was always me. I never sat in my trailer. I think I sat in my trailer, I'm not exaggerating, 1 day in 5 years. And only because I was deathly ill. But every other day, I would go to work, I would go through hair and makeup, I would grab my breakfast, and I would go to set. Or I'd go to the offices, and I would wander around, ask people questions, and what are you doing? What meeting are you going to? How does that camera work? What are those? Why that flag? Just like an annoying 9-year-old, basically. And everyone was so lovely and gracious with me, and so willing to share, you know, their knowledge and insight about how their little piece of the business worked. That I treated the whole Periscope experience kind of like graduate school. I really, really used it to learn. And so, you know, my writing partner and I had never worked on a TV show as writers before, and usually writers who run TV shows have worked their way up, at least for a little while. So we came in totally blind. Thank God I had the Periscope experience to help to understand really how the machine works and what matters. Periscope gave me a lot of the skills to be able to help run a successful show. So, thanks.
Sorry for my English.
How do you mean?
Okay. But I'm Italian.
Oh, pues. Grazie mille. Zaya. Quanto costa? Don't patronize me.
Do you think if it wasn't for Brian, Emmett would have hit on Justin? Because sometimes I like Brian, like Justin.
I actually don't think so. And maybe that's just because I know Randy way too well. But no, I don't think Emmett would have hit on Justin. I think Ted would have hit on Justin. You should ask Scott Lowell about that when you see him, because they have a whole story about a Rolex, and there's a whole backstory that those two share about a behind-the-scenes bartering that was going on. No, Emmett wasn't. I think Justin already had the thing that Emmett liked to share with people. Like Justin had a joy and Justin was a little young and naive and. I know Randy sort of hated that about the character, but it was there. And Emmett, I think Emmett preferred kind of going toe-to-toe with people who were struggling in a different way than Justin was. You know? So, you're welcome. Hi.
We like to work Rosie O'Donnell, Rita.
Oh, thank you.
And how was it meeting her again on the Foster's set?
On the Fosters, Rosie O'Donnell, we had aired the first 10 episodes had aired, and we were on a little hiatus. And Rosie and her daughter binge watched all 10 episodes, and she tweeted, "Just binge watched The Fosters with Viv. Great show! Congrats, Emmett, aka at the Peter Pitch." And so I tweeted her back, and I was like, "Oh my God, thank you, Rosie." That's because she got 1 million Twitter followers or whatever. I was like, "I'll take the free press for sure." And she was like, "No, I mean it. I thought it was fantastic. Listen, if you ever want me to guest star on the show, let me know." And I was like, "Well, yeah, I'm gonna talk to the network about that." And yeah, so called the network. They said, "Do you have anything that would make sense?" And we had just created the character of Rita already. And we said, "You know what, I think we have the perfect thing." So we ran it past the network. They said, "Great." We ran it past Rosie. She said, "I love it." And what's amazing about Rosie and the Fosters is Rosie is not more passionate about anything in the world than foster care. She, she has, I don't even know how many kids she has. I can't even count that high. So, she really believes in that, and she's such a strong advocate for kids in the system. She was such a joy, just like she was on Periscope. She was such a joy, so much fun. It was great to see her again, after all those years. And I didn't get to work with her really on Periscope. It was she did all her stuff with Sharon. So it was really, really fun to get to see her again. She's terrific.
And one more.
Sure.
When Scott took part in an episode of The Fosters,
Yeah.
did your friendship cause a time delay in the shooting schedule? And I mean in terms of joking, catching up,
Here's the sad truth. I didn't even see Scott on set that day. My job, I go to work, I do not, it is an incessant barrage of meetings and questions. It's just all day. What about this? What about this? Do you like this shirt? What about this? Have you read that cut yet? Have you read that script yet? What about this outline? Network's on the phone. Can you? And it's just, I literally couldn't get to set that day. So no, it did not cause any delays because we didn't get to see each other. So I know it was a shame, but I was very happy to have him on the show. It made me happy.
please note here and Fox. If you are a photo with Scott, please go up to the stairs. Okay?
Oh.
Thank you.
Photos with Scott, go up the stairs. Okay, yeah.
In St. Uncle,
Oh, yeah?
so listen to you. You beautifully portray a man child.
Yeah.
It's sort of a flip hand with your soul. How much is Paul similar to you? And as a person, very personal question, is there a happy ending?
Is there what?
A happy ending?
To say Uncle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of Say Uncle, beyond the parameters of the movie, yeah, I think there's a happy ending for Say. I hope so. I mean, Paul is, Paul's a little bit emotionally stunted because of what happened to him in his childhood. So I don't think we're like each other in that way, thank goodness. But I do think Paul's sort of open heart. I would like to think that that's a piece of me, in my best self anyway. Yeah. So thank you, and thanks for watching all that stuff. It makes me so happy. Hi.
The casting of Matt Battaglia as Drew.
Yeah.
Just wondering if you could talk about what that was like finding that actor for that part, and would he be willing to do a first movie and come back to join you guys?
I don't know. I mean, I think he probably would. Matt was awesome. Not to take anything away from Dan and Ron, who are responsible for everything that is and was Periscope. But I did pitch that idea that Emmett hooked up with like a pro sports guy, and they ended up writing it, and then they wrote it, and we all looked at each other and went, "How the fuck are we going to cast this? Like, where are we going to find somebody who's believably a professional football player who's willing to do Queer as Folk?" Because this was 10 years ago. Remember, it was a different time then. The only reason that Scott Gail and Randy and I got these jobs is because no one else would do it. There were agencies that would not submit any actors for that job because it was just considered too risque, too dangerous. So we were all sort of looking at each other like, all right, well, we'll see what happens. And Matt is an ex-professional football player. He played 2 years for the Cleveland Browns before he got a neck injury and had to quit. And so he had all that in spades. He was totally game, totally fearless, totally lovely. I was so worried when he came to set that first day. I was like, oh, what the hell is this going to be? And he was awesome, just great. And then when we broke up, I went to Dan Lane and I said, there's a case to be made that he comes back. He comes back. So, and I have to say, in my personal head, in my personal fantasies, he comes back again. In my head, he's where Emmett ended up.
Yeah. I heard you on the radio, the interview you did with Douglas, that guy.
Oh, yeah.
You said that you would have been the perfect actor.
I think so. I think at the end of the day, I hope they found their way to each other. I don't know. That's me.
So had he seen the show before he auditioned? Did you know?
I don't know if he'd seen it before he auditioned. I imagine, and I actually don't know the answer to this question. I imagine that he watched some enough to know what he was getting himself into. I especially think if you're a straight guy going onto that show, you had to go like, all right, let me see really what's going to be required. But then we pushed. Gail came to me one day and said, have you seen the sex scene between you and Drew in the hotel room yet? And I said, no. And he said, hands down, most graphic sex scene we've ever shot. And I was like, wait, what? And I was like, are you serious? And he goes, oh yeah, it's way more graphic than anything I've ever done. And I was like, holy balls. And then I saw it, and it's true. It's just that wide shot of that hotel room, and he's just banging the shit out of my ass. I was like, woo! Mom, you might want to skip this one.
That just reminds me of when Emmett went to collect his check, and he got tackled by Drew. And you got tackled and then flipped over and stripped.
Yeah.
Like, how many takes did that take?
A few very good takes. Yeah, thank you. Hi. It's okay.
Was important for you on the director of Grassroots?
What was important in the directors? I really liked the directors who did two things. Who brought a real point of view, a visual style to the show. The Squares Folk really allowed for that, for directors to really put their mark on it. Do something fun. How can you enhance the story experience? You know what I mean? There was all that camera work was so fun and crazy, and you could really do anything, and it would fit in our world. So I like people who were smart about that, who were using all of those tools to help the storytelling experience. And I liked the directors who were smart about the acting, who liked to get into it with us, but also who trusted us to know that we had been playing these parts for years and years and years and years. Occasionally someone would come in and go, here's what you're doing. And I was like, not so much. But most of them, especially the ones who did multiple episodes, that was partially because they really understood how we worked and wanted to be a part of the family and join us. So,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Adorable. Hi.
Hi. In Russia, we do love our animated much.
Oh, thank you.
My question is, what temper do you the most like?
What?
What hardened your character?
Peter? What made
Peter,
you,
Peter
what hardened
made you.
I would say a couple of things. My parents got divorced when I was a baby, when I was 2. So growing up, going back and forth between them, that was sort of one of the harder things of my childhood. And also, they both moved a lot. So every 2, 3, 4 years, I was moving someplace new, all new people, all new school. And those things very much shaped who I am today.
Thank you.
That was a thoughtful question, though. Thank you. Thank you. Das wird dann.
More questions? Please, there's
Don't be afraid.
I know you're very busy now with doing the fosters, but would you share any books or movies that you've seen or read that you like and what you like about them?
I haven't, oh, that's not true. I read some books over Christmas. What did I read over Christmas? I read The Fault in Our Stars. Have you read The Fault in Our Stars? That was fantastic. It's a YA book, but it's really smart and beautiful. It's about to be made into a movie, or it's been made into a movie, I think. It's about to come out of the movie. Read it. It's beautiful. You'll read it in 2 days, and you'll weep like a little girl. At least I did. I thought, I read Call Me By Your Name, which is a really beautiful, kind of haunting, sexy, gay novel about first love. Both of which both those books are absolutely worth reading. Movies? I tried to kind of make it to as many Oscar movies as I could this year. Usually I've seen everything. This is the first year in years that I haven't. I loved 12 Years a Slave. I loved Her. Those were probably my 2 favorites of the year. Thank you. Yes?
Hi, Peter.
Hi. I love that everybody did their homework, they translated their questions, they got them written down, it's so nice. Thank you very much.
Adrian said that in 5 seasons of Queer Sport, Emmett didn't have a real love story.
I think Emmett did have Emmett had a lot of love stories. And I think that's sort of great about Emmett. Emmett, he'd get his heart broken and then he'd open it back up and get it broken again and he'd open it back up. I think, I don't know, I feel like, and I also feel like I have to say that lots of Emmett's love stories, like Emmett's deepest love stories, and I think this is a little bit true of Peter too, are with his friends. That Emmett's, that Emmett and Ted and Brian and Justin and Michael they're each other's family. So I think, for Emmett, the boyfriends came and went, but the real love was the posse. So, sure.
Don't forget the Schickel pickles.
That's right. Schickel's pickle.
No, I forgot what I wanted to ask you, but I might start as a compliment, or it was a compliment, because I always wanted to tell you how much I love the Emmett character.
Thank you.
And there's one scene I really, really like. There's so many scenes, but I really like the scene, that particular scene between Brian and Emmett, when they both became strong. Like when Ted lost his job, and asked Brian in the office, very strong, eye to eye. And then because the strength didn't work, and he starts crying finally, and please, help him. Oh, I love that scene.
Thank you.
How did you prepare for that?
The thing about playing a character this long is you don't prepare. You trust that you have in you everything you need, and you let it speak to you. And I always knew with Scott, I always knew with Gail that the right thing was going to come. Gail and I didn't have a lot of scenes together, but they were very interesting whenever we did. Emmett, we always used to say on the show that Emmett, Brian, and Melanie were the 3 alphas in the group, right? And they all operated in a different space, but they all 3 had a fundamental belief in who they were and their own kind of moral compass. And so when we did go toe to toe, it was always really dynamic and interesting and had some surprising layers, and I loved those moments of vulnerability that passed between them.
Dancing.
Please, the dancing, keep on dancing. I mean, come on, that's one of my favorite moments in the whole series. You can keep dancing, you can go to him or you can keep dancing and live, and just And by the way, years later, I had a relationship that paralleled that story with Ted. I had a relationship with a guy who started using crystal meth, and it was the most horrible thing that's happened to me in my life. And I remembered that scene. When the shit started to really hit the fan, I remembered that moment. thought that's the best advice that I could have been given. So, yeah.
Just one more no question. Compliment again.
I'll take it.
Even though you never wanted, well, you wanted to be an actor, but now you love being director so much more. Still, I'm so happy that you gave us Emmett. Thank you so much.
Very good. Thank you. I am too. I'm really proud of him. So, give me a round.
Hi, Peter.
Hi.
I would like to ask you, what do you remember of the period where you shooted the episode of the Liberty Line?
I remember it being a living hell. It was Toronto in February. I have never been so fucking cold in my entire fucking life. When they wrote that story, when they conceived that story, I literally went to, and I never did this, I went to Ron and begged. I was like, please, do not do this. Please do not do this to us. But so they did. And I remember the cow. The cow. I remember Scott and I like freezing our balls off in our Lycra at night, sitting on bales of hay, and a cow over our fucking shoulder. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, and I don't really like riding a bike either. I find it sort of annoying because my thighs hurt. And I was like, oh my god. A hula guy, I don't know if I know that. Yeah. That's what I remember.
Thank you.
Sure.
And it's not really a question, but just a your impression. Are you aware of the movement of writers that Previous Podcast created? I mean, all the fans who started reading fan fiction, and they started to meet in the, like journals or parks. Are you aware of this? That
I'm aware of it, but I have to say I don't ever read it. I'm reluctant. I'm afraid of it, and I think it's for the best. I love that the fans take ownership, and they've done it on the Fosters too. That the fans take ownership of the characters and take them on other journeys. But I don't want to know. It's not for me. It's for you.
Yeah, I just wanted to know if you were aware of these things. The Previous Podcast was so great that it started a movement of creativity of people from all over the world, and they now live here.
I love it. I love that. I mean, the fact that you guys, it's been almost 10 years since we went off the air, and here we are all together in Bilbao. Like, it's just amazing to me. It's amazing to me that the show continues to resonate with people. It means so, so much.
For us to really.
Thank you. Do you have a question?
Peter,
Yeah.
you said that act sometimes sucks.
Yes.
But what are the worst thing directing or as a screenwriter?
The worst thing about writing is the hours and hours sitting at my computer. Some days, especially on a TV show, once you start shooting, you have to feed the beast. Every 7 days there has to be a new script, and the pressure is immense. And so there will be times when I won't even go into the office. I will wake up in my underwear, I will go sit on the couch, and I will start typing. And I will type all day. I will just sit there, and I will have, I had 2 days to completely rewrite a script last week. And so I spent 18 hours. What?
Never got dressed.
I didn't ever get dressed. I never got dressed. I didn't have time, basically. I barely ate. I just went to the couch and started typing. I had sweatpants on. I'm not a pervert. And so that's really challenging. When you're not inspired and you really just want to go to the gym and you have to count up the pages. That's the hardest part of that. The hardest part of directing, I think the hardest part of directing is keeping at bay all the nervous energy that's coming at you from everyone else. Because every day when you're directing is a race. Are you going to get done what you want to get done, and is it going to be good? Right? And so it's this constant, you constantly have to sort of quiet one part of your brain that's completely stressed out in order to do creative work. So that's the hardest part, right? It was a good question, thank you. They're all good questions. Even if I didn't say it was a good question, it was a good question, I promise. They're all very good questions.
Thank you. Do you mind sharing with us some fun behind the scenes of the posters?
We have lots of fun at the Fosters. I don't get to spend a lot of time on set. I'm in the office, I'm writing, I'm in meetings, I'm in post-production and editing. So I don't get to be on set a whole lot. But I will tell you that like Sherry and Terry, who play the moms, they, between takes, they go to their bedroom, to the set that is their bedroom, and they get in bed, and they pull the sheet and they cuddle. They're adorable, and they're totally in love, and they say all the time, I have more chemistry with her than I ever did with any of my male co-stars. They just love each other, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. And the kids are so sweet and adorable and funny and wise beyond their years. We're so, so lucky. It's such a great team.
Yeah, they're great cast.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love him with all my heart, and I think that's why I had so much fun, playing him. I'm glad I'm a little more wise to the ways of the world than Emmett was. Poor Emmett, just like a puppy dog, just again and again and again into that glass door trying to get out on the patio. But his just how brave and open-hearted Emmett was is something that I try to remind myself to capture when I can. Thank you.
So, when you found out that you were going to have a story with Ted, and have a story with Ted, how did you feel? Because we always thought that you had a beautiful friendship, right? So, I felt like it was a little bit forced myself.
Yeah.
I thought it was out of line, because you had this beautiful, great friendship. So,
here's the other thing. Scott and I pitched that to them. That was our idea to do it. We pitched it as a one-night stand. We pitched it as Ted and Emmett get drunk and mistakenly have sex and have to deal with the fallout from that. And that, at first, I think, is how they were thinking about it too. And then but what if it worked? What if they tried to make a go of it? And I know people who've done this. I know people who've tried to transition from friendship to relationship, and I just think it's a very messy, interesting territory. So to me, it wasn't too much. It was a mistake for Ted and Emmett, but I think on television you've got to be willing for your characters to make mistakes. It's no fun otherwise. If everybody's always getting everything right, it's a really boring 42 minutes. So I loved that story, and my favorite, and it led to my single favorite series of episodes, which is the second half of season 3, which is Ted's crystal meth addiction and Emmett's sort of Al-Anonic, crisis of trying to deal with this man that he loves in so much pain. I'm as proud of that work as I am of anything in my entire career. So for me, it was absolutely worth the like, oh my God, what's this going to be, and disrupting the sort of fandom a little bit. I think it was worth it. But that's me. So. Yeah, but isn't that what life is? Isn't life just a big messy fucking experiment? So, I certainly I've made worse mistakes than that mistake that I made. So, thank you. Okay. That's it. We've done this.